Hello, thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Stuart, classical record collector. I've been buying records. I've got a eBay unboxing to do. I've got quite a few records in here, which hopefully we'll find some good ones that I've been buying. And I've also been into some charity shops. Haven't yielded too much, but I just thought I would just show you a couple which I bought. So first of all, I had a tip off from a friend who previously bought some records from a charity shop for me, and I did a video on it. And obviously, predictably, the records he bought for me were not really that good. And um, he's found another batch. And this time he said to me, Stuart, you go and look at them yourself, because last time I bought records from you and you weren't terribly impressed. I was grateful, but no, I wasn't terribly impressed. So he said, there are loads of good ones in there. Wow, you should go and see them. So I went to this charity shop, British Heart Foundation, and sure enough, I found in there about 200 records. I started going through them and I realized very quickly that whoever was pricing up these records had simply been onto eBay, and for example, if they had a mono of an early stereo, they thought it was worth big money. They thought, well, the stereo's selling for £100, so let's try and sell the mono for, say, £20. I started going through the records, and this is what everything was mispriced. Everything was very poorly priced. I did find a very small number of records that were selling for £1 each, 7 to be precise. And out of those records, mostly Deutsche Grammophon, every single one of them was not in good condition, and I ended up buying absolutely nothing from that tip-off. Okay, so there was a charity shop across the road which I went into. They had about 200 records. I went through them and I found one, and here it is. It's absolutely nothing terribly special, but it's a Classics for Pleasure record which I've never had before. It's Haydn Symphonies number 96 and 102. It's a Royal Philharmonic Orchestra conducted by Hans Hubert Schönzeller. Never had that before. Now on the front of the jacket you can see the chandeliers, which famously it's said that when one of the Haydn symphonies was played in London, the crowd dashed forward to applaud Haydn and the brilliance of the symphony, and when they did that they left a space into which this chandelier apparently fell, and they called it the Miracle Symphony number 96. It seems from the notes on the back that that incident actually happened on Symphony number 102, not 96, but somehow, for some reason, 96 has been given the title The Miracle incorrectly. But nevertheless, good condition, excellent condition. I bought that for £1, so I was happy with that. Okay, now another record I bought. I happened to be passing through a town. I saw a charity shop. I stopped, I got out, I went in, just, dashed in. It was 4:45. They were closing at 5 o'clock. I went in, they had about 100 records. I whipped through them very quickly, and it's not a classical record. I found this, Pussycat, a Dutch band from the 70s, famous for singing the song Mississippi. £2.50. It was in superb condition, and I'm really pleased to get hold of that. Yeah, very, very pleased actually. So let's open this box. It's got about probably half a dozen records in it. By the way, Happy New Year to you. Belated Happy New Year wishes. This is the first video that I've made in the new year, so let's hope it's a good one. I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube. I really need to start reviewing them because there seems to be a lot of tension between the merits of vinyl and CD, and whether vinyl is really worth it effectively. Is it worth all the hype, all the comeback, all the money that people are paying out for new vinyl? Is it really worth it, or what's driving it, what's behind it? Prices, look at where prices are going. Is it really that good? Because I mean, it's all digital anyway. Why not just listen to the CD? So yeah, I've been watching a lot of videos, a lot of opinions, but I'll talk about those in another video. Let's have a look at these then. Okay, so first of all, we've got this record. Why did I buy it? Well, it's a violin record, Deutsche Grammophon. I've never had this one before. It's not terribly uncommon. I've noticed that quite a few sellers have got it for around about £10. I think I got this one for £2 or £3, and I bought it from a seller who was doing £4 shipping for up to 7 records. So, you know, I bid on quite a few of his records. This is one of the ones that I did get. It's got Bach Partita on it, and it's got a Beethoven violin sonata. So I'm really looking forward to listening to that. I've never heard that performer before. Where is it made? Okay, it's made in England. I'm not too worried about that. I do prefer German pressed. It looks like it's in really good condition anyway, so I'm pleased with that one. I think, yeah, I paid about £2 or £3 for that. Another violin record. I've never had this one before either, although I've seen it around. Paganini Violin Concerto No. 1. Absolutely superb concerto, that. The best, in my opinion, of the Paganini violin concertos, the first one. Some great recordings of that. Rabin, for example, is probably the best, most exciting performance I've ever heard. But I'm looking forward to listening to this. I think, is she Japanese? Probably. Shizuka Ishikawa. Yeah, certainly sounds Japanese. And that's with the Prague Chamber Orchestra. So yeah, I got that for about £2 or £3. So I was quite pleased with that. That's Supraphon stereo. Here we are. Good old Heliodor, which I think is an offshoot of Deutsche Grammophon. This one is stereo, and it's Albenberg Violin Concerto and Prokofiev Concerto No. 2. And the performer is, let's have a look, George Garay. I think that's Hungarian. And Ion Voicau. That sounds sort of Romanian. So two different performers there for the violin concertos. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. That is actually genuine stereo, not fake stereo. And what date is on it? 1968. Again, I paid about £2 for that. So I really like these violin records with unusual performers that you've maybe never heard of before. I don't know, it's just a passion that I've got. So we've got here a gatefold on Telefunken. Here we are. It's a gatefold, and what is it? Concentus in concert. So Holland Festival, it says on the outside. Harnan Corps is conducting. So that looked interesting. And yeah, let's have a look. What music have we got on it? We've got Vivaldi, violin concerto, George Frederick Handel, oboe, concerto for oboe and strings, and we've got Marin Marais, and we've got a suite from Alcione. I'm not too sure what that is exactly, but it sounds like a really interesting record with some unusual repertoire on it, Baroque, and I just thought that's really nice and interesting. It's got some text on it here, so there we are. As you can see, actually no, I'll tell you what that is. That's a discography of all the pieces that that Harnoncourt has conducted with that particular ensemble. Okay, looks like a good record. And again, I paid a couple of pounds for it. There's the blue Telefunken label. And it is, of course, stereo. All good analog records. What have we got here? We've got a concert hall record, which I occasionally buy if I find an interesting performer or repertoire. And we've got here Schumann and Sanson's cello concertos. The cellist is Christy Bjarnason, and it's the Südwestdeutsche Philharmonic Orchestra, conducted by David Josefowitz. I've got that pronunciation wrong. Somebody's going to correct me and give me the right pronunciation on that. Yeah, but there's some good information there about the cellist. As you can see, there's a picture there of her. So that looks to me like one that was done for concert hall rather than a reissue. Oh no. Okay, I've just had a look, and it's synchro stereo, so it's fake stereo. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I still think that's going to be worth listening to. It's got a date on it to 1976. Wait a minute, is synchro stereo fake stereo, or is it genuine? I'm not too sure. So Okay, well, I might have to do some research on that. Do any of you guys know what is synchro stereo? Is that just a... Oh yeah, okay. It says stereo mono. Yeah, okay. So it looks to me like it is. When was she born? Born in 1955. So why would this be a mono reprocessed for stereo if she was born in 1955? It means that she, I mean, unless she was an absolute virtuoso at like 6 years old, which I don't think she was. This one's a mystery. I'm going to have to do some research on this. Why would that be mono? Doesn't make any sense, does it? Okay, I'll do some research on that one. Here we are. J.S. Bach, and we've got sonatas for violin and harpsichord. And we've got we've got three sonatas, and Joseph Suk is the violinist, and Zuzana Ruzik, Ruzikova is on harpsichord. Well, I think that's a good record. Again, you know, all these cost me about £3 each, and that is a genuine stereo on Supraphon. Well, it says here integral recording in 2 discs. So I've got one of them. That means I've got to get hold of the other one. Okay, this is volume 2, sonatas 4, 5, and 6. So yeah, I'm on the lookout for the other one now. Fair enough. And we've got something which is too hot to handle. George Frederick Handel, violin sonatas. I've heard these before actually, they're very nice. And this one is on the Eterna edition. There's the label. And I'm not too sure, is that a German label? I think it probably is. But that's genuine stereo, and the violinist is, let's have a look, Gustav Schmal. And yeah, so I think that's a good record. Yeah, as you can see, I mean, virtually all violin records. Okay, I think that's quite a good batch from eBay. I was pleased to get those, and at what I think was quite a reasonable price as well. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and let me know what your comments are.